Welcome back to the channel, folks, for another price analysis on Luna Classic. I think it's quite important to keep checking in with these and also taking a check in on the broader market and seeing that affecting us. Because, like I've said, a lot of the times we live in a bubble. It's not intentional. It's just our nature when we're so supportive of what we believe in. It's so easy to miss things. So the fear and greed index is sitting at 45. It is at a fear level, and it's been like this for the past month, 2 months. We are in the longest bear market we've seen, I think, in crypto's lifetime, from a lot of the different sort of inputs I'm hearing from different people. Let's head over to Crypto Bubbles for a second. Crypto Bubbles, it's a mixed feeling. Like I said, the market's very uncertain as to what it's doing, and we're just in an ocean of BTC dominance. And as to whatever BTC does, normally we're all affected by it. There have been times when, for example, LUNC defied the bear market last year and absolutely went on a scorching run. And it was all based merely off of sentiment. So let's take a look at BTC. Folks, let me know what coffee you're drinking. I'm drinking some really, really nice Jamaican mountain blue beans. I think these are probably the best beans out there for a morning coffee. It hits well, it's got that crisp taste, and it's really with the notes of cocoa in it. Anyway, moving forward, look, BTC is being very strange at the moment. Let's grab a pen, let's grab a brush, pen, whatever you want to call it. It's a very strange movement, as we can see. This is on the day, so we are looking at the day cycles, each candle representing a day. We are drawing into the point of criticality. And what I say by that is everything, as we get closer and closer and closer to BTC halving, the more speculation, the more hyped up people get, and the more people start to look into things a lot deeper, maybe looking to risk it. So we just don't know if we're going to see one of these pre-runs like we have seen before, and then coming up again before a final breakdown out of the bull cycle. CZ seems to think that it's going to happen around a year later. I never like to look at things like that, and I always like to stay as open-minded as possible. So let's move over to the LUNC price chart without further ado. This is my own personal chart. I use TradingView for a lot of the stuff that I'm plotting out and a lot of the stuff I'm doing. There are charts that I won't show you because they are personal ones, and it's got my sort of tactics and strategies on it, and I don't want anyone to ever follow anything that I'm doing. You need to go out, you need to try and understand what the market's doing and how you can best play into that. So we're in a very, very, very important zone right now. Everything that has happened recently has been nothing but good news, especially with the refusal of funding things that we just don't need, the community wising up to the Six Samurai. Things are looking really good, and this is why this is such an important zone, because we've just never been down here before. And the last time we were down here in this area, we made a good breakout of this, and this was all based on good news, different things going on. And as we get pounded with these multiple Six Samurai hits, it doesn't look too good. You've got people who are not really providing a great deal of stuff that is something that would affect this chain if they left, and to make out that it has an effect on the price, because guess what? The overall media report on negative things like that. They like to make a mountain out of a molehill. So with all that being said, right, I think what's going to set everything aside and maybe pull us out of this area is going to be the L1, returning the 650 million LUNC minus the 9K if their proposal passes. And if their proposal passes, because the next 3 months is all going to be based on getting the chain its own independent systems, which it can rely on. And this is really important moving forward for all of us, because yes, we have backtracked, but ultimately this could be what brings us out of this horrible zone that we keep tracking down in. So you can see I've got a few lines here, and these are lines of support. We're really coasting on one right now, as you can see, really sticking to this support line. I believe if we lose this support line, we're going to be looking to come down to this area here. But what I'm looking for to happen is the L1 to get their backsides in gear. That proposal go up, everything goes tickety-boo, cross the T's, dot the I's, and we see a pulse move. Something like this is what we would really, really like to see at the moment. What we don't want to see is coming up like this and then failing to break out. Because every time we fail to break out, it puts us at risk of breaking down even further each time. Now, what can help us with breakouts? It's all about sentiment. It's all about showing people on the outside that, hey, this is something you should take notice of. Hey, we're doing cool stuff. Hey, look at us. It's all about the image that is portrayed to the overall broader perspective of things. Because as BTC goes very undecisive as to what it wants to do, there's opportunities for altcoins like ours to rise and shine and draw people in. The biggest part about these runs, so say for example, everything goes really well and we go on a scorching run again, right? That's the easiest part out of what happens. How do we maintain these prices? How do we retain users? This is so important. Retaining users in a blockchain is very complex. You need multiple different use cases. You need reasons for them to sit on the chain. One of the biggest reasons to sit on the chain is likely to stake. If you've got a considerable amount, the rewards are worth it. It really does add up, and that is enough incentive in itself. But when you start to provide multiple metaverses, multiple different in-depth NFT projects, and multiple different things, it's all of these factors that are going to act as variables, not constant variables, but variables nonetheless. Without all of that sort of stuff, the likelihood is you're going to see these come up and you're just going to come down straight after, because each time you're just going to see people sell out the coin. And because we've been in an area where we've been down here for some time now, we're really low, we're always going to struggle with people selling out in the future. It's just going to be a thing, and we're going to have to accept that's going to happen, likely up to an area like this where people really do start to believe in the coin, to support it again. But once again, user retention is so important with price movement. So for me, I've got two targets currently, and I'm sticking to these two targets. One, as mentioned, around this area for a bad case. But what I want to see and what I'm aiming for is this area of 7,000 to 7,200 points per coin. These are my two goals, both high and low. And this is off of sentiment. I'm not looking at Bollinger Bands, RCIs, MACDs. I'm looking at the incentive. I'm looking how things are feeling. I'm getting a feel for things and wondering, how is this all going to be portrayed later on once it starts to get picked up? And for me, it is absolutely positive, because once again, we've wised up as a community. We're back in control of the coin. The L1 are doing what we asked them to do. And everybody seems to just be knuckling down all of a sudden. And this is what we want to see. So with the price movement comes new sentiment, and we need to maintain that. User retention is so important. So there you go, folks. Those are my two goals. None of this is financial advice. Do remember that. Let me know what coffees you're drinking in the description. In the comment section below. Just let me know what you're drinking, what you're doing, and what your plans are for this weekend. Other than that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. We'll start doing a price analysis at least once a week for you, giving my idea of how I'm feeling about things and what I'm currently targeting. Folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one.